Most people over 50 believe their heart slows down at night because the body is resting. But what they don't realize is that the heart never truly rests. It only heals when you allow it to. Your heart beats over 100,000 times every single day, and while you're asleep, it's still working. The question is not whether your heart rests, it's whether you give it a chance to recover. Imagine your arteries, 60,000 miles of tiny blood vessels weaving through your body. Every cell depends on those vessels to bring oxygen, nutrients, and life. When you were young, those arteries were soft, flexible, and strong. They could expand and contract like rubber bands, moving blood effortlessly. But as the years pass, they begin to stiffen. Calcium builds up, inflammation damages the inner lining, and blood flow becomes sluggish. That's when fatigue, dizziness, and morning weakness begin to creep in. Doctors call this endothelial fatigue a slow exhaustion of your blood vessel walls. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over years of stress, poor sleep, and late night habits that force the heart to keep fighting when it should be resting. The truth is, your body is designed to repair itself. Every night, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your cardiovascular system enters what scientists call the repair phase. Blood pressure gently lowers, nitric oxide, your body's natural artery relaxer, increases, and your cells start cleaning out waste. But if your evening routine is out of balance, that healing window closes before it even begins. Think about how most people end their day. They finish dinner late, scroll through their phone, sip coffee or tea, or have something sweet before bed. It feels relaxing, but inside, it's the opposite. Caffeine tightens the arteries for hours, sugar thickens the blood, and screen light tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. The heart keeps working harder, even though the body wants to rest. That's why millions of people over 50 wake up around 2 or 3 a.m. with a pounding pulse or dry mouth. It's not always stress, it's the heart struggling against pressure when it should be calm. When your arteries can't relax, oxygen can't reach deep tissues, and your body stays in alert mode all night. You may sleep 7 or 8 hours, but you wake up tired. You may think it's just age, but it's not. It's circulation. At 50, your body produces half the nitric oxide it did at 20. That one small molecule is what keeps arteries young. It's what helps blood flow smoothly, what prevents calcium buildup, and what allows oxygen to reach every organ. Without it, your heart beats harder, your brain fogs faster, and your muscles grow weaker. But here's the hopeful part. You can rebuild it naturally. You don't need expensive supplements or medication to repair your arteries. What you need is rhythm. The body heals when it has a calm rhythm sleep, light, breath, and food working together. It's not about what you stopped eating. It's about when and how you eat before bed. There's a simple rule most cardiologists overlook. The body does not want to digest. It wants to repair. If you give it heavy food late at night, your liver and pancreas keep working, blood sugar rises, and your heart never gets the message to rest. But if your last meal is light, full of minerals like magnesium and amino acids like L-arginine, the opposite happens. Your parasympathetic system, the part of your brain that controls rest and repair, switches on. Blood vessels widen, blood pressure drops, and your heart rate slows. You can actually feel it if you pay attention, that calm heaviness in your chest before sleep, when your breathing slows and your body finally lets go. That's not tiredness, that's healing. Now think about this. Every night, your heart beats about 3 million times. Every beat is pushing blood through thousands of capillaries thinner than a strand of hair. If those capillaries are clean and flexible, your body receives oxygen. If they're stiff or clogged, oxygen can't get through. That's why many people wake up foggy, with cold hands or feet. Their blood didn't flow properly during the night. Your heart never sleeps, but it depends on you to create the right environment for it to rest. The quiet hours before bed are not just the end of your day, they are the beginning of your body's healing time. Here's where most people go wrong. They fill those hours with stimulation instead of relaxation. A bright screen, a strong drink, or a full plate of food sends a signal to your heart, keep working. But a calm breath, dim lights, and a light, heart-friendly snack tell it it's time to rest. Think of your arteries like rivers. During the day, they carry traffic fast, chaotic, heavy. At night, they're supposed to flow gently, clearing debris and rebuilding the banks. But if you dump caffeine, sugar, or stress into the river before bed, it floods instead of cleans. Now let's talk about what helps the river clear itself. The secret lies in one powerful process, nitric oxide production. When your body creates nitric oxide, your arteries relax, blood moves freely, and your heart uses less energy to pump. This not only improves sleep, but also supports memory, focus, and mood the next day. Scientists discovered that nitric oxide peaks during deep sleep. That's when your blood vessels expand the most and oxygen moves freely into tissues. It's your body's natural cleaning cycle, and the food you eat before bed decides whether that cycle happens or not. If you give your body a light, nitrate-rich food, something that boosts nitric oxide, your arteries open up like rivers after rain. But if you fill them with caffeine, salt, or sugar, they constrict, and the night becomes a fight instead of rest. So tonight, before bed, think of your heart not as an organ but as a teammate. It's been working for you since before you were born. It never asked for rest days, but it depends on you to give it calm. Try this. 2 hours before bed, put your phone away. Dim the lights. Drink half a glass of warm water. If you're hungry, choose something light, maybe a small piece of fruit, a few nuts, or a simple herbal tea. Sit for a moment. Breathe slowly. Feel your heart rate drop. These aren't small acts. These are the conditions your body needs to begin healing. Because real recovery doesn't come from medication, it comes from alignment. When your breathing slows, your mind quiets, your arteries open, and your heart finds peace. And that's the first step to rebuilding your arteries while you sleep. Not pills, not procedures, just rhythm. The rhythm your body has always known. The rhythm it's waiting for you to return to. When you finally close your eyes, something incredible begins to happen inside you. Your body enters a quiet, sacred rhythm that no machine could ever copy. Your heart slows, your breath deepens, and your blood vessels start to loosen their grip. It's the body's signal that repair has begun. During the night, while your mind is lost in dreams, your heart keeps working not to push harder, but to heal. Doctors call this the parasympathetic state, but you can think of it as your body's deep cleaning mode. It's when the arteries widen just enough for oxygen to travel freely to every cell. When you're young, this happens automatically. After 50, your body sometimes forgets how, because years of caffeine, stress, and irregular sleep have confused the signal. Inside your blood vessels, tiny molecules of nitric oxide act like whispers to your arteries, telling them, relax. When nitric oxide is present, blood flows easily, blood pressure lowers, and your heart doesn't have to fight. But when it's missing, your arteries stay tight, your blood thickens, and even while you sleep, your heart is working overtime. That's why many older adults wake up exhausted. It's not that they didn't rest long enough, it's that their circulation never rested with them. The heart wanted peace, but the body sent mixed signals. A late coffee, a stressful thought, a heavy meal, all of it tells your arteries to stay alert when they should be letting go. The good news is that you can retrain your body to return to its natural rhythm. Your body remembers how to heal. It just needs the right environment. When you slow down before bed, dim the lights, and choose calm foods, you activate this internal system again. Picture your arteries as rivers that have carried the weight of a lifetime. Some bends are narrow, some walls are scarred, but the water still flows. At night, those rivers are supposed to be still enough to repair their banks. That's what nitric oxide helps them do. It smooths the inner walls, keeps blood cells from sticking, and reduces inflammation quietly without you feeling a thing. Imagine, while you sleep, thousands of those tiny vessels clearing away microscopic debris, making space for fresh oxygen to pass through. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but every good night's sleep spent in calm conditions is like sending a maintenance crew through your entire circulatory system. Now, think about how fragile that process is. Just one wrong signal, too much salt, too much sugar, a burst of adrenaline from a late night argument, and those arteries tighten instantly. Blood flow slows, pressure rises. The body was ready to heal, but instead it braces for another storm. This is why people over 50 must treat the night hours with respect. You can't undo the day's damage while adding more chaos before bed. The night is not the end of your day, it's the beginning of your healing. Scientists studying sleep and circulation found something fascinating. The arteries don't just passively rest at night. They actively pulse in slow waves, pushing fresh plasma through capillaries to wash out waste. But this only happens if your nervous system is calm. If you fall asleep tense, your body holds its breath without even realizing it. The pulse becomes uneven, and your arteries stop their natural cleaning rhythm. Breathing deeply before bed tells your body it's safe. A slow inhale through the nose and an even slower exhale through the mouth drops blood pressure and signals nitric oxide to release naturally. That one small act, breathing with awareness, can open your arteries more effectively than any expensive supplement. Now, let's connect this to what you eat before bed. Food is more than energy. It's a message. When you eat something heavy or processed at night, your body has to work to digest it, pulling blood toward the stomach and away from the heart and brain. But when you eat something light, full of minerals, and gentle on the system, your blood stays balanced and available for repair. The food that helps your arteries most is the one that restores nitric oxide. There are many sources, but one stands above the rest: beets. Beets, simple and humble, are rich in natural nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide. A small serving of beet juice before bed can trigger the same artery widening effect that young, healthy bodies experience naturally. It's gentle, safe, and effective. When you drink beet juice, within about 45 minutes your blood vessels begin to relax. Your circulation improves, your heart rate lowers slightly, and your muscles unwind. If you ever wake up at night feeling restless, it could be that your blood flow dropped too low. A diet that supports nitric oxide helps prevent that from happening. Beets also have magnesium and potassium, two minerals your heart craves. Magnesium helps your arteries relax, while potassium keeps your heartbeat steady. They work together to balance fluid levels and reduce tension in vessel walls. That's why, after a few days of consistency, many people notice their morning pressure readings drop. They wake up lighter, clearer, with less stiffness in their body. If you don't like the taste of beets, there are simple alternatives. Bananas, spinach, and walnuts are all rich in compounds that boost nitric oxide in the same way. Even a small portion can help. A handful of walnuts or a few slices of banana before bed gives your body what it needs to heal. But it's not only about food, it's about how you feel when you eat. If you eat in a hurry, your body thinks it's still under stress. If you eat slowly, breathing calmly, your digestion becomes part of the healing process. That's why it's not just what you eat, it's the energy you bring to that moment. Now, picture yourself an hour before bed. The lights are low. You finished a light meal earlier in the evening. You pour a small glass of beet juice or prepare a few walnuts. You sit, take 3 slow breaths, and thank your heart for carrying you through another day. That small gratitude shifts your entire nervous system. It tells your body it's safe, and when the body feels safe, the arteries open, blood flows, and healing begins. These are not miracles. This is biology working the way it was always meant to. We just need to remember how to let it happen. Every night is a chance to rebuild your arteries, not with force, but with patience. The same patience your heart has had for you every single day of your life. You don't have to change everything. Just start with tonight. 1 calm breath, 1 small glass of something natural, 1 moment of stillness before you sleep. That's all it takes to tell your body, it's time to heal, and tomorrow you'll wake up feeling something different, lighter, clearer, and more alive. Not because of a new medicine, but because you finally gave your heart permission to rest. Now that you understand how your arteries work while you sleep, in the next part, we'll explore how this simple bedtime routine can gradually remove years of strain from your heart, and how staying consistent can keep your arteries flexible for the rest of your life. You've learned how your heart and arteries repair themselves while you sleep, and how one simple habit before bed can restart that process. But now, let's go deeper into how this bedtime rhythm actually helps clean your arteries, lower pressure, and restore calm energy the next morning. Most people believe that cleaning arteries means taking medication or doing something extreme, but your body already knows how to do it. It just needs the right conditions. Inside your blood vessels, there are tiny cells called endothelium. These are the living skin of your arteries. They sense your breathing, your food, even your mood. When you're stressed, they tighten. When you relax, they expand. And when they expand, they allow nitric oxide to wash through and carry away what doesn't belong. That's your natural cleansing system. So imagine this. Every night while you rest, those cells open like small windows. Oxygen enters, carbon dioxide leaves, and a slow flow of blood brushes away tiny calcium particles and cholesterol fragments. It's not fast, it's quiet, gentle, and constant, but it works. And it only works when your body is in repair mode. Now here's where the bedtime food helps. When you drink beet juice, eat a banana, or have a few walnuts before bed, you're giving your body nitrates, magnesium, and L-arginine, the 3 building blocks of nitric oxide. Within an hour, that nitric oxide travels through your bloodstream, relaxing arteries, reducing stiffness, and improving flow. That's what scientists call vascular elasticity, the ability of arteries to bend with every heartbeat. And that flexibility is what keeps blood pressure normal. When arteries stay flexible, blood moves without resistance. Your heart doesn't have to fight to push it through. The next morning, your pulse feels steady, your mind feels clearer, and you feel less drained. You didn't get stronger overnight, your circulation simply flowed the way it's meant to. There's another beautiful thing that happens. When your arteries are open, your brain receives more oxygen. That's why so many people who follow this bedtime habit notice deeper sleep and fewer restless nights. The body and mind communicate constantly. When your circulation improves, your brain waves naturally slow down, leading to more restorative deep sleep. You fall asleep easier, and your heart gets the rest it deserves. Now think about the mornings you wake up with stiffness, cold hands, or heaviness in your legs. Those are signs that your blood moves sluggishly overnight. It's not age, it's resistance. The blood couldn't travel freely, and your heart had to keep pushing. But by supporting nitric oxide production every night, that resistance fades. Each morning, the blood flow gets smoother, and your heart begins to feel lighter. It's amazing how small things can change so much. People think healing requires big effort, but the truth is, it requires consistency. A small, healthy choice made every night can reshape your arteries far more effectively than a big effort done once in a while. Your heart doesn't need intensity, it needs rhythm. So, here's a simple evening rhythm anyone over 50 can follow. Start your slowdown 90 minutes before bed. Turn off screens and bright lights. They trick your brain into staying alert. Have a small drink of warm water to help blood move freely. Then choose your nighttime support. A few slices of beet, a handful of walnuts, or a banana. Sit quietly while you eat, not in front of a screen. Feel your body calming down. While you eat, breathe deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. This small act increases nitric oxide naturally, even before the food begins working. You can almost feel the warmth spread through your chest as your arteries expand gently. That's the signal your body has been waiting for. Now, let's talk about something most people don't realize. Your emotions before sleep affect your blood flow. If you lie down angry, anxious, or frustrated, your heart beats unevenly. Your arteries tighten. If you calm your thoughts, your blood flow steadies. It's the same physical process as meditation or prayer. Your heart and brain synchronize. Scientists call this heart rate coherence. It means your heart rhythm becomes smooth, your breathing becomes deep, and your blood pressure naturally lowers. Try ending your day with gratitude. One simple thought, something you're thankful for, sends your body a message of safety. When the body feels safe, it opens. That opening is healing. It's the opposite of stress. Gratitude is not just emotional, it's biological. It activates nitric oxide and improves oxygen use throughout the body. If you make this your nightly pattern, you're not just sleeping, you're training your body to heal itself every night. Your arteries start remembering how to open, your blood learns how to move smoothly again, and your heart becomes more efficient with every beat. You start waking up without that heavy feeling. Your energy lasts longer through the day. You walk a little lighter, breathe a little easier, and feel a quiet confidence that your body is working with you, not against you. Over time, this becomes your new normal. You no longer rely on caffeine to wake up because your natural circulation gives you steady energy. Your pressure readings begin to balance. Your morning headaches fade and your legs stop feeling heavy. That's what happens when you let the night do what it was designed to do, repair. Remember, this is not magic, it's nature's design. Your body was built to maintain itself. The problem is that modern habits interrupt the cycle. Too much light, too much stimulation, too many late meals, they all block the natural healing rhythm. But when you return to simplicity, your body responds quickly. Tonight, before you sleep, think of this process happening quietly inside you. Imagine your arteries glowing softly, opening just enough for smooth, peaceful flow. Imagine your heart slowing, finally resting after a lifetime of work. That is the moment healing begins. No special equipment, no complex plans, just small, gentle steps before bed that allow your body to do what it already knows. When you follow this rhythm for a few weeks, something changes. You no longer feel old, you feel alive. You begin to trust your body again. The tension in your chest fades. Your breathing feels easier. And you realize your heart was never weak, it was just waiting for calm. Your body isn't against you, it's listening to you. Every night you give it peace, it pays you back in strength. Every calm thought, every deep breath, every light meal before bed, it all adds up to a stronger, younger heart. In the next part, we'll bring everything together, how to turn this nighttime repair into a full daily rhythm, how to keep your arteries flexible for life, and how to build a mindset that keeps your heart young no matter your age. Now that you understand how your body repairs itself at night and how your arteries slowly regain their flexibility, let's take everything we've learned and turn it into a simple, powerful lifestyle rhythm, one that keeps your heart strong, your circulation smooth, and your energy alive no matter your age. Every day, your heart works without a break. From the moment you wake up, it's pushing blood through miles of vessels, carrying oxygen to every organ. It does this over 100,000 times a day. Yet, most people never stop to think about how much energy that requires. Your heart is the most loyal worker you'll ever have, but even the strongest worker needs a rhythm to recover. The biggest mistake many people make after 50 is thinking that rest happens only at night. In reality, your heart's recovery depends on how you live your entire day. The way you wake up, the way you eat, the way you breathe, all of it sends constant messages to your arteries. Those messages decide whether your blood vessels stay open and soft or tighten and stiffen. Let's start with your mornings. The first few minutes after you wake up are more important than most people realize. That's when your blood pressure naturally rises to help you move. But if you rush out of bed, grab your phone, or drink coffee before water, your arteries tighten instantly. That's how morning strokes and heart attacks often begin, not because of weakness, but because of sudden strain. So take your mornings slow, sit up gently, take 3 long breaths before standing, drink a small glass of water before you do anything else. This signals your body to rehydrate and softens the arteries that stiffen during the night. You'll feel the difference. Your heart rate will stay calm, your head clear, and you're breathing easy. After that, expose yourself to natural light. Open your curtains or step outside for a minute. Morning sunlight resets your body clock, balances hormones, and helps nitric oxide production stay strong throughout the day. It's nature's way of telling your body, we're awake, but we're calm. Now, let's talk about your meals. People often eat heavy, salty, or processed foods because they believe that's where energy comes from. But real energy comes from circulation, not calories. When your blood flows smoothly, your organs get the nutrients they need, and you feel naturally awake. So instead of eating large portions, eat smaller, cleaner meals more often. Include foods that help your arteries stay flexible: beets, spinach, avocados, citrus fruits, and walnuts. These support nitric oxide and keep inflammation low. And then, of course, there's movement. Your heart loves motion, but it doesn't need intense workouts. A slow walk, a stretch, or light gardening is enough to keep the blood flowing. When your muscles move, your arteries open. Movement releases nitric oxide naturally. Think of it as charging your circulatory system, not exhausting it. But here's something few people realize. How you breathe affects your arteries as much as what you eat. Most adults breathe shallowly without noticing. Deep breathing, even for a few minutes a day, increases oxygen flow, lowers stress hormones, and strengthens the heart. It's simple. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2, and exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. That rhythm lowers blood pressure and resets your nervous system almost instantly. Now let's come back to the night, your time for repair. You already know what to avoid: caffeine, heavy meals, and bright screens. But what about building a full evening ritual that your body begins to recognize as a signal for healing? It doesn't have to be complicated. 2 hours before bed, lower the lights. Turn off the noise. Let your senses rest. If you like, play gentle music or keep a warm drink nearby, something caffeine-free like chamomile tea or just warm water with a slice of lemon. Light a small lamp instead of a bright bulb. This sends a clear message to your brain. It's time to shift into recovery. Then, have your heart-friendly nighttime support: a small glass of beet juice, a few walnuts, or half a banana. These foods work like gentle tools, guiding your blood vessels toward relaxation. They don't spike sugar, they don't overwork digestion, they simply help your heart unwind. Right before bed, give yourself 1 minute of stillness. Sit quietly and breathe. Think of one thing that went right today. Gratitude releases dopamine and oxytocin hormones that make your heart rhythm steady and peaceful. When you sleep with calm thoughts, your body doesn't waste energy fighting tension. It uses that energy to rebuild and repair. Over time, this becomes a habit. Your body begins to expect healing at night, like clockwork. You'll notice your sleep deepening, your pulse slowing, and your mornings becoming lighter. This is your natural rhythm returning. Many seniors wonder if it's too late to improve circulation or clean arteries. The truth is, it's never too late. Studies show that the body's ability to produce nitric oxide can be reactivated at any age with consistent routine, especially through sleep, breathing, and nutrition. The same mechanisms that kept you strong at 20 are still inside you. They just need to be awakened. So, what begins as a small bedtime habit slowly becomes a full circle rhythm of healing, calm mornings, nourishing meals, steady breathing, and peaceful nights. You're not just keeping your heart healthy, you're giving it the life it deserves after all the years it's given you. Remember this simple truth: your heart doesn't grow weaker with age, it grows tired from being ignored. When you slow down enough to listen, it tells you exactly what it needs: rest, rhythm, and respect. Tonight, when you lie down, imagine your heart as a companion that's walked every step of life beside you. It's been there through every joy, every stress, every moment you thought you couldn't keep going, and it never stopped. It's still beating, still fighting, still loyal. It deserves a peaceful night. So take one deep breath, whisper a thank you to your body, and let the healing begin. Because the secret to living longer isn't just staying alive. It's teaching your body how to rest deeply, love gently, and flow freely again. When you wake tomorrow, your heart will be ready. Ready to work, ready to move, ready to keep you living fully. Because tonight, you didn't just sleep, you healed.